All right, Spectrum here. We're going to go through the tools over here on the left-hand side. I call these the tools, and I'm going to press Ship Library, and this is the library that is stored for each region. So you've got a couple of regions. You come in, you would set the region you want to see. These are basically the scouting reports. As you're scouting, all this data is collected into the system library. If you're on a team, you'll see the date and who it was scouted by in the right hand side. You can sort for colonies. If I turn colonies off, apply that filter, you'll see that I get a lot more systems. And if I turn the colonies back on, it only shows me the ones that have been colonized. Now you'll see these are blank. These are abandoned colonies. So if someone goes out and establishes a base, they use it temporarily. For example, this has a 75, 89 metals. Somebody used this base for something in the beginning of the game. So I can turn colonies off, turn abandoned back on, apply the filter, and you'll see only showing two that way. Okay, so that's what that's about. Now, if you're on a team and someone else scouts something, you'll get the data immediately, but if you're offline, you're not going to get that data. That's what this update button is for. So if you're on a team and somebody else said, hey, I scouted such and such a region, and you don't have that, you would come up here, you would choose the region, and then you would hit update. This can take a minute or two to do. Sometimes it's very quick depending on how much was scouted. That data then downloads into your local copy of the database. Okay, so that's what this is for. Don't use this very often. Only use it when you know that someone's done some updates or you want to see, make sure that you're up to the latest scans that everyone has done. Okay, all right, so that's the ship library. Oh, and to fly to a base, all you have to do is left click and it will automatically fly your ship to that system. Now if you have a different region, it'll try to go there. You may need to refuel along the way, but it'll get you there. Okay, all right, so that flies us to this region. Speaking of regions, we've seen this a couple of times before. This maps out all the known systems, and you hover over them. This will tell you who owns it. The guardians are here, that kind of thing. And on the right side here, that's important, this is the number of colonies that are over 1 million population. Now, population yields votes for the team that controls that region. Okay, so teams are fighting for votes, and players are fighting for score. So, and we'll take a look at that in just a second. So if I hit regions, go to TO6 here, for example, there are 4 colonies that are over 1.2 million population, and there's a total of 120 votes up for teams. Up here, I have scouted 3 star systems in this region, so that's what scouted is. This is how many I have actually scouted. So if I go to U, I've scouted 77. If I go to U07, I haven't scouted anything here. So that's what this means at this side. If I'm going to go back to TO6, for example, and I say map this region, this then shows me what I know in this region. All right, so that's one of the other tools. The next tool over, this is team management. If I hit teams, this shows me the current teams. I can click on a team, shows me the players. If I click players again, it shows me all the players that are not on a team. All right, invitations. That allows you to see the invitations from other players. If you're new, I definitely suggest you joining another team before starting a team. A lot of people come in, I've seen in the past, is they come in and immediately create a team, but a team is made for more than one. So try to join an existing team until you start building up relationships with some of the other people in the game, and then at that point, then create a team, and that's what this button does. Okay. All right, next one over is player messages. When someone attacks your planet, player messages come into here, and you can see who did it. We have inbox, outbox, compose. This allows you to create a message to someone else in the game. All right. Delete all, delete all, that just standard stuff. Okay. Then we have the scoreboard. This goes through and lists all the scores, And you can see the players that we have in game over here on the left. And then here their scores, what team they're on, so you can sort by ID, ship name, team, etc. That will give you sorting like that. And then this is the teams, and we can see that far in the lead is the Krell. I think that's how that's pronounced. And then the RF, Resistance Forces, has 17, and no one else has any other score other than them at this point. So I'm going to do a close. The next one over is badges. We've got some badges that we had done, pre-launch badges in here. I'm going to turn that off. That is mainly for the players that have been playing for several years as we built the game. They're categorized by colony, team, titles, and score, and we're going to start pushing these into the achievements for Steam. Okay, so there's you a summary of all the other buttons on the left here. Thank you very much.